that's Victoria Becker, who has sold this time device to X. And this next scene here, it sets up some of the science fiction here. We, of course, had to do all of our special effects using whatever we had available. The beginning, when you see Steve appearing in this time frame, we actually used some morphing software to create the sense of him coming out of a time tunnel. In this next scene, we used some stop motion and some green screen in order to get the sensation that Stefan's character X is stopping time. So right now he's taking a look at the basically the coded instruction manual for this time device. So he was able to get the NSA codes he needs to decode this from a dead NSA agent. So he's decoding it right now and figuring out how to use the time device. The time devices themselves we got at Radio Shack. They're stopwatches, and they, I hope, give the impression of a sophisticated yet compact quantum accelerator time traveling device. But keep in mind that we paid $600 for this entire movie. So he's reading this and he sees, oh my goodness, it can stop time. So because he's a very focused individual, he leaves the water running, which a lot of people have commented on, but it definitely allows us to create the effect of time stopping, because otherwise we don't have anything that's frozen in space. So he turns it on, I guess overrides the safety or something like that, and triggers the device. So we show the water stopping. We have a sound effect that makes it sound like time is slowing down. This one we used with a green screen. We had a frozen picture of the water and a hand moving around in front of a green screen, which gives the impression that the water is frozen but the hand is moving. So a little bit of a frozen time effect there. And time starts up and X realizes what he has here, and he's pretty happy because that's going to help his job as a professional assassin. We shot this movie with a single camera, so every shot you see was basically shot by moving around the camera. So we had multiple takes of each piece of each scene and put them together using Sony Vegas 5, and the whole production process worked quite well. Although technical problems had plagued this entire production, and it was basically due to a insufficient technology investment. One of the big problems we had was finding a good video editor. I'd started out with one called Pinnacle Studio 8. It was terrible. It constantly crashed, caused me to have to re-edit the movie several times. I don't recommend Pinnacle Studio. Then moved to one called Video Wave, which was better, but did not have the audio capabilities that I needed. Then I moved to Sony Vegas 5, and it's been great. Although the original edits needed a more powerful computer, so once I upgraded my motherboard, well, we were in business. The scene you're seeing here, we filmed at the local park. Stefan putting the gun together was a source of a lot of stress, because we had to make sure that no friendly neighbors would call the SWAT team and let them know that there's a sniper in the hills. There was one shot in particular that's coming up of Stefan standing up on top of a hill holding the sniper rifle, which I had to shoot from a distance. And whenever we'd shoot, we'd have small groups, maybe one or two actors. Here we had actually Steve and Chantel together, which was rare. We almost never had more than one actor in a scene.
I want to see some ID before we continue.
We put this all together so that it seemed like everything was happening consecutively, but it was actually on 2 different days. The shot you see here, this is the one that was stressful. Steve looks up, sees him right off in the hills there. I had to shoot that from a distance with him holding a gun by himself on the top of a hill. I'm glad we're not in jail for that. We definitely did some sweating before shooting that scene. Then we have the big special effect, the bullet going by. in slow motion because time has stopped. Steve's character, the agent, of course, is immune to the time stop because he's got a time device. Time stop ends. Chantal sees the gun, starts to worry. Steve shoots at Stefan. Stefan misses, and they're back behind cover. And also, because we shot Stefan's stuff on a different day, the race between Steve and Stefan, it actually came together fairly seamlessly, even though they were shot on different days with slightly different weather and so forth. But we were really lucky. Continuity during this film was difficult because it was over a 2-year period, shooting weekends and evenings and whatever time we had available. So these guys had to keep the same haircuts, the same clothes. We had to make sure that they were dressed the same for each separate day and so forth. But I think we were pretty lucky about that. And there aren't a lot of continuity errors that I can see. I might point out one or two as we go through. But you definitely get the sense that it's the same people and the same days and the same characters, even though it was over a very long period. And I wouldn't do that again. Next time we film, we'll shoot over a period of 3 or 4 weeks and get it all done at once, because it's hard on the actors. They have to look the same for 2 years, and it's hard on the director because he has to worry about continuity for the entire time. So we are back at Victoria's apartment. Chantal is packing away as she hears a noise in the living room, and so she goes and looks through the apartment. A bit of point of view work we have here, and looking around, seeing if there's anybody there. No, she doesn't see anybody. Oh, looks like she's safe. And then she looks, sees the VCR. That's where the noise came from. I set a tape to record. So, okay, there's actually nobody in there. Then we have a little bit more packing here, and then boom, there's the C4. Steve looks through the window. The bomb's just about to go off, and fortunately he's got the ability to stop time. He goes in and deactivates the device, which was another Radio Shack stopwatch. Or actually, it was a countdown timer and a cardboard box with C4 written on it. A very dangerous bomb. So here they are again, leaving the building. We shot this at our apartment complex. Again on different days. We did Chantal and Steve's on one day and then Stefan on another day. But again, it does come together fairly seamlessly. The sniper rifle you see Stefan holding was probably one of our bigger investments for this movie. I think it cost almost $100. It was a replica gun that I ordered from the States, and fortunately somehow it got through customs. The gunfire you see was actually painted on using a little bit of CGI. Actually, no, it wasn't CGI. It was more green screen stuff, where we actually layer the muzzle flashes on top of the digital film, and it's all right. I mean, it definitely gives the impression of gunfire. I think that there's probably more sophisticated ways to do that, but we'll see probably in the next film what we can, how we can expand on that. They have a little bit of banter here, and then X decides it's time to get out of here, lays down some covering fire, and then the agent does a suicidal run at his position. So it moves up, a little bit of SWAT work here, and then boom, the X has disappeared.